The other day I was out and about and I saw this great sign that said, "Do what makes you happy." But instead it had crossed out the word happy and it said, "Do what makes you holy" instead. Do what makes you holy. Holiness is a topic that sometimes we can shy away from in our own daily spiritual lives because we think of holiness as something that might be sometimes unattainable, or I can't be holy, or how could I be holy if I'm dealing with this? I get a lot of this sort of talk or this feeling in the confessional. People think that their lives are beyond that point of being able to be holy. But God calls us to holiness each and every day, and it's not something that's unattainable. It's something that is really attainable, and we just start to practice what it takes to be holy. We hear in the gospel Jesus talk about a couple of parables of what the kingdom of heaven looks like, and particularly what people are willing to do to obtain the kingdom of heaven. That they're willing to sell all that they have to buy the field where the treasure is buried. That they're willing to sell all they have to obtain the pearl of great price. And that's what holiness looks like. It's countercultural. Who would ever sell all that they have just to buy a field where there's a small treasure? Even if the treasure was of great value, worldly, of great monetary value, it still wouldn't be a great idea to sell everything you have to buy that. Same thing with the pearl. But holiness is countercultural. Our responsorial psalm says that holy is the Lord our God. It's from God where true holiness comes from. And if we were to ask ourselves, how do I become holy? We could look as well at the first reading with Moses, who goes and talks to God. He goes up the mountain, he's in the presence of God, and when he returns, without knowing it, his face has become radiant. It's sparkly, and all the people are afraid when they see Moses because they realize he's been in the presence of God, he's seen God, and now his face has changed. It recalls the image of Jesus and Moses at the Transfiguration when he becomes radiant and his clothes become dazzling white. Because there's something of great holiness there, something totally other than us, true, which might make us afraid, but something that God wants to give to us too. Something that we're really made for, that radiance, that holiness. And so we might ask, how do I become holy? What do I do to become holy? Remember, first, it's not about what you can do, but what God does, because it's God who makes us holy. Being in his presence merely changes us. It doesn't change him. So find time today to be in the presence of God, be it in a church with the Blessed Sacrament, going to Mass, or find time to pray, to be in the presence of God, to recognize that God is here, he's present with you, and he wants to make you more holy. So, our challenge today is not to do the things that make us happy, but do the things, be the person that is holy.